Okay, so guys, now it's part 3. Once our model is dry and ready to go, which mine obviously is. So for the third layer, we're gonna use shining gold. Have it right here, and the way we're gonna use it is we're gonna paint all the surfaces in shining gold, but leave the areas we want to have shadows in. So I brought a model for so you can have a look at what I mean. You know, this one is already painted with all the highlights and everything, so this is how this guy is gonna look when he's done. You can see pretty clearly where the shadows are, and if you go here on the back, you can see that there is like darker spots on his legs, and those are where I have actually left this color in, because I wanted it to look like there is no light hitting that area. So basically that's what you need to do, and this video is gonna be long, so I don't know if I have enough time to make it to paint the whole model in this whole video, but if it doesn't get done, I'll just finish it off cam. So what you want to do is grab your detail brush, because I find it easiest to use on this layer. I think the fine detail brush is way too small, and the base coat brush is way too big. So let's just start then. And as I said, it is important to leave shadows everywhere, so you all have those left, because it will be important for the next step, which is gonna be the wash the wash of Griffon Sepia, and that is gonna bring the colors together, kinda. It's gonna make the translation much smoother, and yeah, it will look really nice once it's done. And after that, there is actually 2 more layers, but I won't go in depth of those 2 right now, because what you want to do now is to focus on painting shining gold onto your model. And this is basically up to you where you want shadows and not, or not how much gold you want to use, you know. If you want to, I usually go with a lot of shadows and stuff to create a good contrast from light to dark, but this is me. I always like to have very sharp highlights and dark shadows, as you probably have seen on every single one of my models. Not so much my blood angels, because I don't really like washing those guys in washing. It sounds like I'm gonna wash them, but put the devil mud wash on them. But yeah, I don't like doing that. I think it tones down the red way too much, and it becomes too dark. And I feel that the blood angels, they are supposed to have a very bright armor, very bright red. So that's why I don't do very extreme either highlights or shadows on those guys. I do slightly highlight them a little bit with what's it called, blazing orange, to, you know, make it pop a little bit, but just enough so that it shows, but not to be extreme highlights like my Dark Angels. So it's quite a different painting style for me to do the Blood Angels, which I think is fun. I get to get some variety on my what I do when I paint, because I mean, I think all of you guys know that sometimes you just get bored of painting the same thing over and over, especially if you like working on an army. It could get really boring from time to time to just, like, for instance, sit and paint like green all day long. I have to say I feel bad for all the orc players, because, I mean, first of all, I've painted a few orcs and I think they are just so boring to paint. That's just my opinion, but maybe you find something interesting in that, you guys who play orcs, I don't know. But I really feel sorry for you guys, because you gotta like sit and paint like a million models, which can be slightly boring, to say the least. But well, it's probably the same thing for any Imperial Guard player, but they are usually playing with a ton of tanks, you know, like a million tanks, and then you just get hammered down by their heavy artilleries and stuff. But I kind of feel bad for those guys as well, because, well, I hate painting tanks as well. I just like painting figures like this, with a lot of stuff on them, which is why I like the Space Marines so much, because there's a lot of variety in the ways of painting them and what to paint on them. They have so much stuff and details on them. I mean, compared to the orcs, who's got like, I don't think they have like almost any details. Well, of course they have details, but you know what I mean. They don't look as flashy as this guy looks. That's for damn sure. Though this guy is painted in gold, so he's supposed to look pretty flashy. Yeah. How much time do you got? Oh, it's gone like almost 10 minutes, maybe. Yeah, I can see right now that I'm not able to finish this up in 10 minutes, but or in 15 minutes, but I'll do the best I can, and I'll just finish the rest off cam, so you can see in the next episode how the result is going to be like. Yeah, and one thing I've always wanted to say but kind of forgotten to talk about is, well, sometimes you might not see a lot of videos from me, and sometimes, like now, I just post them kinda almost every day. That is, well, partly because I'm going to school and studying a lot, and playing hockey as well, which takes up a lot of time. I think we have like practice is like every day almost, or if it's not a practice, we have the games stuff. So there is always a lot to do there, but then I'm not just when I'm not doing homework or playing hockey. Obviously I paint a lot, but what I probably do more is play video games. I am a huge gamer. I have to tell you, I've actually been thinking about getting like a capture card and do like commentaries and stuff, or at least montages of well, I play Call of Duty, so which I assume almost everybody does, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get a capture card because I think they're quite expensive. But I always liked gaming, and well, if anyone would like to add me on the PlayStation Network or anything, just send it to the Killing Tomate, because that's my username there as well on PSN. But as I said, I am a huge gamer. I play a lot of Call of Duty, Battlefield, Bad Company 2, but one game I really love is Mass Effect 2. If you haven't played it, I would recommend just go and buy it right away and start playing it, because it is awesome. I think it's probably the best game I've ever played, honestly. The two best games I have is Call of Duty 4 and Mass Effect 2, I think. They are my two favorite games. Also, I like Dragon Age 1, Origins it's called. I think I played that game like at least a few times, from beginning to end, and it's a really long game. I think my sister, she played it as well, and she finished the campaign not so long ago. I think a couple of weeks ago, and she had a play time of 60 hours on that campaign. Then you get the idea of how long that game is. But it is extremely fun. It's got a great story. That's why I love the game. And yeah, and like I think it's like 8 days or something. The Dragon Age 2 is coming out, and I have pre-ordered the Signature Edition, as it's called, which get me some bonus content and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go and get it like on the release date, because I really love that game. And I think we're running out of time here. I'm sorry it wasn't much about talking about the painting, but it kind of there's not much to say really. But I'm just gonna finish the rest off cam, guys, because well, there isn't much to say really. It's just you can see how I've painted so far. Leave some shadow areas, you can see on the collar thingy there, and yeah, there you go. Well, see you guys for part 4.